What is up, people? This is the Quant Edge video series presented by FantasySportsMarkets.com. He, of course, my good friend Derek Brown. I am Ben Heisler, and Josh Gordon is back in the NFL. It feels like we've said this year after year after year, but sure enough, Debro, he gets reinstated. He now has the chance to play 16 games in an NFL season for the first time since 2012. So, with Gordon, let's get right into it. There's always going to be a wide range of outcomes for what his production will be. Are you buying the hype on Josh Gordon in 2019?
At his current cost, Ben? Oh, yeah, man. I'm totally buying the hype. I think he's going to be uber involved in this offense.
Okay, so if that's going to be the case, how do you measure what you anticipate out of him?
So if you head over to the Quant Edge, you go to the injury impact tool, and you look at what happened to the Patriots offense when Josh Gordon stepped into the door. I mean, you've got to love some of these numbers, Ben. So pass percentage went from 49% to 60%. Their explosive pass rate went from 14 to 20%. Yards per attempt for Brady went from 7.3 to 8.4. All of those numbers just scream off the page for Josh Gordon. Much less the guy was a top 24 wide receiver after he got acclimated to the playbook. I'll flip it back to you. How are you not buying some of this?
I'm not buying some of it only in the sense that availability is key, right? And so when can you ever say consistently that Josh Gordon has been that available guy? Now, I think this is the big part of it, because right now his ADP, according to Fantasy Football Calculator, is wide receiver 42. So he's going in the middle of the 9th round. So I mean, we can go through some of the guys that are getting picked sort of in that general area. So let's play a little would you rather. Not typically done with NFL players, but I guess we can do it for purposes of this video. Would you rather take at their ADP Josh Gordon or Christian Kirk, who's the wide receiver 30 right now?
Kirk.
Okay. What about Allen Robinson at 31?
It's a really interesting line. I'm going to go A-Rob.
Okay, I would go A-Rob, and I wouldn't think twice about it. What about Will Fuller at 32? He's going in the early to mid part of the 7th round.
That's where I think it becomes team makeup. Fuller gives you ceiling, Gordon gives you floor. Because, I mean, in his 9-game sample after he started playing 80% or more of the snaps, in 50% of those games, he was a wide receiver 2 in those games. So I think he gives you a better floor than Fuller does.
So basically it sounds like with his current average draft position in the early 40s going around the 9th round, you feel more than comfortable taking Josh Gordon there. In fact, you'd probably be willing to reach upwards of the maybe upper 7th round, low 8th round to feel good about it, but probably no more than that, especially with a lot of insiders thinking that he could be a wide receiver 2 this year.
No, and that's exactly where I think he settles in at. I think once, the hype and stuff like that kind of dies off and levels off, which I think it will a little bit because there's a pretty big contingent of people out there that are concerned, just like you are. I think it settles into the 7th and 8th, and I'm comfortable taking him there.
So there you go. A little breakdown of Josh Gordon. Also, if you're looking for a place to play daily fantasy throughout the preseason, head on over to FantasySportsMarkets.com. But before you even do that, all throughout the preseason, the Quant Edge is going to have outstanding insights and info, especially from this guy over here in Derek Brown. Make sure you're reading his Snap articles. They are fantastic, very well researched. And then turn it over to FantasySportsMarkets.com, play for free, and win up to $50 to NFLShop.com. Perhaps even win $100 just for following us on Twitter as well. For Derek, I'm Ben. Thank you guys for watching. It's the Quant Edge video series presented by FSM.